Livity live.
Is it?
Yep. Oh, maybe not. Ooh, man, that's not good. Is there United Gold? I'm gonna hop on it. Oh, we're up.
I'm actually, I'm serious. Are we?
No, I don't think so.
Green lights out.
I don't think we are.
What were you gonna say?
We should get the COD a rolling.
COD with the game, no doubt. What were you gonna say?
Okay, it's running. What?
We were talking, and Dayton started talking like, dude, are we still live? I'm like, dude, are we live or are we not live? And Dayton's like, I don't think we're live. I'm like, I think we might be live.
Yeah, once it switched.
And all of a sudden, Dayton just clicks a button. All of a sudden, we hear, no, dude, I think we might be live.
Alright, you want to turn that off?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Is that... Do you think I should turn the brightness up on that a little bit? On the...
I thought...
Maybe a touch.
You thought what, bitch?
Bitch, you thought. I gotta put this in.
It was warm today.
It was really warm today. I was fucking loving it.
You like the
Alright, we're live there.
That
We're
shit
live
was sweet.
there.
It's my
I
favorite
like
pen.
that.
What was
Writes
that?
well.
His Connolly masonry pen. I mean, those letters came out of my hand like...
Wow, those are nice lettering.
No, I had a pen.
His pen earlier in
Ink
class,
pen.
he let me swoop with it.
Really?
Nice pen.
The old Connolly masonry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby.
How much gear do you have now? Like, are you pretty much, could you, they don't have underwear obviously, but could you pretty much...
I don't have any sweats or
No
shorts.
sweats, okay.
That's
That's
like
great.
shirts, long sleeves, sweatshirts, cups, a lot of cups.
A lot of sap. Nice. Well, boys, the old 5-0, episode 50 podcast, Bros Gone Wild, here we are.
Halfway to a century?
Yeah, no, a couple more podcasts and we're kicking it to the 1 year.
Yep.
Think about a year ago to this day, we did our first one in Moore Hall. We had,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
we started out in the studio.
remember when he goes, all right, record an intro. But that's exciting stuff. I mean, Jonah's actually begun his training for his eating competition that will be taking place.
I've been looking up strategies online. Legitimately.
Yeah,
From professional eaters.
From Joey Chestnut. Have you? What people have you been watching?
I haven't. I pulled up an article. I didn't read the whole thing. I read like the first paragraph, and they were just talking about the importance of making sure your stomach is expanded enough to take in all the food.
Because
if your stomach isn't expanded enough,
Right.
then no matter what strategy you use, you can't fit that much food into your stomach.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And me and Dayton will be ringside to the onion rings.
What are you going to go for your drink? What's the drink of choice?
Oh,
you're gonna
that's
go
I
with?
didn't think.
Do I get a choice?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you can pick. Pretty sure.
Just pop?
Could be.
pop
It could be
water,
Mountain Dew.
yeah.
It could be. I think it has to be pop. for
Might
some
have
reason.
to be. Yeah, actually, might have to be pop. That'd be harder to put down.
Maybe like a Coke.
Coke. Okay.
Just something simple.
Yeah, Mountain Dew could
Sprite.
get bubbly in there.
Sprite might not be a bad idea.
No, Sprite wouldn't be that bad.
It's a little bit less caffeine and sugar.
Yeah. So keep an eye out on the Twitter. We'll hopefully give you a time and date as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But do you want to touch on the poll real quick?
Sure. What's the worst day of the week? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday? Good week for the poll. 123 votes.
Yep. Representing.
And Monday came in as the worst day of the week at 46%, followed by Tuesday at 33%. 16% said Sunday, and 5% said Wednesday. Thoughts?
I went with Sunday.
Really?
It's hard for me to be productive on Sundays, and I never feel good about them. And you have school usually following, so it's kind of a day where it's kind of.
Yeah, but Sunday you're still just hanging out.
You're still off, yeah.
Yeah. Sunday's a day full of anticipation,
Yeah.
in a way. But nonetheless, I like my Sundays. I'm not saying that. I actually,
Sundays too.
I voted for Tuesday.
That's what I said.
I loved Andrew's comment that said, Tuesday means I'm that much closer to no, but yeah, I don't know. Tuesdays is kind of a weird time of the week. Mondays, I'm really productive on Mondays.
It's the first day you're kind of ready to get back almost.
Ready to grind a little bit on Mondays. Tuesdays, I don't know.
Over it.
And then Wednesdays, it's hump day, so it's just exciting as all get up.
And then Thursdays are like Friday.
Because I don't have class on Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
pretty
week
much
and a
a
wrap.
walk in the park answer. Yeah, I guess there's all you can say about that one.
Pretty good one this week, though. Good job, Jay.
Thank you. Do either of you know anything? Know much about net neutrality?
Somewhat.
Can you explain it like more? Because I'm not exactly sure on what it is.
So my understanding is, people want the internet evenly distributed for small companies, big companies. It should be fair if you're the biggest, if you're Amazon, and it should be fair if you just started your own website, your e-commerce website. And so what net neutrality does is it puts a price on your internet speeds basically for your website. So if I'm this small, just started my e-commerce site, like I said, people navigating through my website and things might not have the same speeds as Amazon because they pay an extra fee to get the top-notch speeds. And so it kind of puts a price on internet speed in a way.
It helps the large companies.
It helps the large companies. Because you're going to be like, oh, I don't want to use this. I'm just going to Amazon. Or if you're on Netflix, I think I read something that Netflix uses like 43% of all the internet capabilities or something.
Holy cow.
Which they just use a ridiculous amount of the internet.
Wow.
And but basically it's just kind of, like I said, I don't 100% understand it. I haven't watched probably enough on it, but it's kind of putting a price on how fast your site runs, how kind of putting government behind how much usage you can have in your website and how much capability your website has.
And doesn't it affect, like, if I wanted to search something, I would have to be charged, like, per search, or if I wanted to do something, I'd have to...
Depends, really, I think, on...
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how strict they're getting with it.
But that's kind of unfortunate if that happens.
Yeah.
I just feel like I haven't really heard anybody come out for it. Like,
no, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the vast majority of people are against it, but it's still happening.
Yeah. It was a big deal a couple years ago, and then it got stopped through the guy that posts every Sunday, the Last Week Tonight. I can't think
Obama?
Colbert. Or
Obama.
John Oliver.
John Oliver. They actually called the John Oliver effect for net neutrality. And because he posted on his show for everybody to go kind of troll the net neutrality website, and it actually got it pulled back, and so now they're repealing that or something.
That's really cool,
like
actually.
Yeah. But nonetheless, it's kind of back to being bad, and like, things like Comcast, like the internet distributors can control it too, and things, and it kind of gets a little sticky.
That's unfortunate.
I'm not really 100% sure where it can go, but it could be bad.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and I read something recently that Amazon shipped more than 5 billion Prime items in 2017, and the fastest delivery time they had was 8 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
To where?
One really sweet thing they have in New York is they have same-day delivery in New York. So they have literally the offices with a lot of their stuff. And so I forget what the product, like maybe the number one ordered product is an 8-pack of toilet paper or something. And so that will be at your house maybe within the hour.
Oh, that's sweet.
Because they have a huge factory with majority of their most common things that is right there or something along. And I guess the fastest delivery time was 8 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
That's insane.
Can you imagine that guy behind the wheel? Maybe, I wonder if it was like an office challenge.
Who
can get the fastest time?
That guy behind the wheel must have been whipping
Whipping.
Had to have been.
Or maybe he's on bicycle.
Maybe.
Have you guys seen that movie
blocks.
where he has to deliver and he's like an assassin as well on his bike in New York?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. But wow, interesting.
Yeah, tech companies really showing it.
I read that had a really like large effect on the environment in a negative way was all the shipping that was going on. Instead of people like driving out. Apparently, the bigger trucks shipping all the things really hurt our CO2 levels. I guess spiked a lot around Christmas. I read that in an article earlier.
It doesn't surprise me.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's less and less people going to the malls in a way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, it's not all bad because it's less people driving, which
Yeah.
is, every time each individual person starts their own car.
Yeah. Did you guys do your shopping mall or Amazon?
Mall.
You guys are mall. I
Well,
did majority Amazon.
I bought one thing off of Amazon.
I did a couple in the mall, but majority Amazon. I think clothes stays in the mall. Everything else is basically.
Clothes are hard
Toss-up.
online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clothes are hard to get right.
Yeah. Apple's going through some interesting things right now. I guess two massive shareholders for Apple came out and I believe they wrote a letter to Apple or something along those lines and said that we want you to implement something for young kids or whatever, just younger people in general, to stop this phone addiction. And so these guys are basically saying to both Apple and Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, just you gotta help us because our kids are already just ridiculously addicted to these things. Mm-hmm. And what are we supposed to do as a parent and things? And I don't know. It posed the question in my mind: how would I stop my kid from using his phone every day? And
because they get to an age where they need one.
They need one.
You're leaving
and
them
they're,
home alone.
in a way,
Yeah, they need the contact.
and in a way, they need them earlier and earlier. Just kind of how this tech revolution is.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, next thing you know, your kid's got it in 3rd grade and he goes into school and he's sitting on his phone all day.
Yeah.
And how are you supposed to stop that?
A lot of people are just cornered kind of into it, especially if a kid is in a situation where they play like sports or something after school or whatever.
Yeah.
Divorced parents will do it too, so they can keep in contact.
Yeah, it's
So.
crazy. I don't know. It's interesting to see. I don't. How would you stop that if you were to
As a
put a
parent.
little restriction on them? I mean, maybe schools get more and more strict.
I mean, I don't know.
I thought the schools still were pretty strict.
think they still
with
are,
phones.
probably.
Unless, I mean, high school obviously is a little bit different, but
I would imagine they're pretty strict in middle school and.
if I walked into an elementary school and I saw in a classroom some kid just playing on his phone while the teacher was teaching, I'd be shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that has to be monitored enough by
Yeah,
the teacher.
yeah, probably.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I don't know.
Maybe there's times where you can and cannot, but yeah. I was showing Jonah today though the Consumers Electronics Show, the CES 2018 in Las Vegas, is going on right now, and I was showing Jonah one of this projector thing that came out, and so the premise of it is you can be sitting in multiple areas of a room, and so I could be on the far left side of the couch, and you could be on the far right side of the couch. And the way the projector works is it's almost this curved screen for your individual seat position. And so I could be sitting there watching a movie, watching whatever I want, and you could be on the other side of the room playing Xbox with a completely full screen. On the same screen, same projector.
You see two different things based on where you're sitting in the room. So if you're sitting over here, you see the movie. If you're sitting over there, you see COD.
And when you walk in the middle, there's a mix.
On the whole screen. Like,
but it's
not
a
only using
full
that.
screen.
Holy cow.
COD.
So you could have different people watching two different TV shows on the same TV at the same time.
And is this invented? Is this a thing?
Yeah,
it's coming out right now.
Holy
I think they
cow.
said it's $4.99 or something.
$500, yeah, for the projectors.
Isn't that
Where do
crazy?
you guys think we could put it?
And it's perfect
It
though
was
for
so cool.
It is perfect for like Halo back in the day, Halo
Two-player.
2.
Oh, yeah.
You could play split screen and you couldn't see
See.
other people's screen in a
Right.
way, so you don't have to play the top and bottom
Yeah,
split
that was
screen.
annoying.
It's,
But
it's hype. No,
That's cool.
CES is unbelievable. It's the showcase of all the newest technology, and it's for all the investors to go, oh, I'm gonna hop on that or whatever. But
that's neat. I saw something in a little grotesque news that I thought had to be shared. So there was a man, his name was David Worsley. He was 59 years old, and he went to Tunisia. And I'm kind of trying to relate this to Jonah's time in Africa, because he got African salmonella when he went there for a trip, and it confined to his genitals, and I guess his left testicle swelled up to the size of a grapefruit, and apparently he compared it to holding like a Christmas ornament full of glass. I guess it was super painful, And he was taking a bath a few days after it was getting extremely bad, and it like popped in the bathtub, and he had to get rushed to the hospital, and he lost his left testicle in an explosion.
Oh wait, so was the right one big and it took out both?
No, the right one was
The
fine.
left one was the massive.
Just the left one grew to be like, they said the size, 10 times the size of what it's supposed to be. So like a grapefruit.
Wow.
This story's real.
The story's real.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, apparently he said there was more relief than pain when it actually exploded. Because he said it hurt him for days. Just couldn't sleep. He was in tears like all the time. Could you?
That's terrible. Horrible.
Yeah. So
did his scrotum explode or everything?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He has a lot of damage. He's going through a lot of psychological issues right now.
PTSD.
What? He kind of is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No,
you would think he'd be monitored in the hospital.
I know.
If it started getting that bad.
His testicles that big, dude, I would be in the hands of professionals.
I know. Yeah, I agree.
I'm not messing with my testicles.
But African salmonella.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And sorry, where was he exactly?
He was in Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Yeah, that's it. In Africa,
Just in
right?
Africa?
Yeah. I assume that's in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
How do you contract
Jonah, you're lucky
salmonella?
in a way, man.
Do you know how to contract salmonella?
You can eat raw meat.
Is it raw meat? Okay.
Feces.
Yeah.
Jonah, you're lucky, dude.
Familiar with
You
it.
didn't get African salmonella. You just got typhoid.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Scary.
So.
Do you guys know we're at the point in our lives where we are most prone to our testicles flipping?
Stop.
Oh,
You've told us this
I don't want to have this
I hate
conversation.
this.
This makes me so.
Yeah, me too.
It scares the shit out of me.
It does. I'm
Every
careful
time,
of it.
I get out of bed, I take my sweet ass
Getting out of the
time.
car
I've
and stuff.
I've been scared.
I feel like
Same.
I've had close calls.
Same. Yeah.
You stand up awkward, and I like freeze for a second.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's terrifying.
It really is.
Because the way you described what happened, how painful it is, right, to get them twisted.
Oh yeah, I think it's like a constant getting quote unquote kicked in the balls for
that's
however
just
long
terrible.
amount of time, which doesn't really make sense to me. But still,
That'd be excruciating.
I don't even want to think
man.
about it.
No.
So I saw that almost all green sea turtles living in the Great Barrier Reef region are turning female because the population is what they call temperature-dependent sex determination. So the temperature in which their environment is controls the sex of the offspring.
It's getting warmer or something.
So yeah, with the heated temperature of the water, it's making
Women.
almost exclusively female.
That's crazy.
That's not good. That means
Yeah, because then
it
if
can't
they can't
reproduce.
mate.
Yeah. Oh man.
The males are just gonna be
Holy cow.
and
Oh my god. They're gonna have to.
They have to.
keep the species
do it for the
alive.
team. How long do
Holy
those turtles
cow.
live?
Oh,
do you
they
have?
probably live hundreds of years.
We probably don't have to be worried yet.
Planet Earth 2.
But I feel like that's how
We
the
saw those
extinction
turtles.
starts.
No, yeah, that's definitely how something like that starts.
Jay, have you watched Planet Earth 2 yet? Bits and pieces, maybe?
I mean, just what we've thrown on
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
in the background.
Go ahead, man.
No, Josh and I were watching a little bit the other day, and we saw a clip of these turtles in, I believe it was
Oh, I was
China.
here when they were calling the beach.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
not most of them do not make it there.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
It's so sad.
I've actually seen turtles,
Like
obviously not sea turtles, but I've seen turtles in Oakhurst. I was at Jack Witzke's house, or Ryan's. You know Ryan's house near that
Yeah,
pond.
yeah.
Oh yeah, bunch of them crawling for it.
Yep, in like
Really?
How
somebody's
many were we
garden.
talking? How much was
Like
that?
6
hatch?
maybe.
Oh no, there was over 10.
Oh,
okay.
jeez.
Jeez, that's a good amount.
Yeah. Did you help any out get to the water?
Yeah, we did. One died.
Stop.
I'm serious.
Usually a couple always
How'd
die.
you?
That has to happen.
How did it die?
Yeah. An eagle.
I think
Did you have turtle soup?
we
Did the dog come up and grab it?
We were trying to dig them out because some of them couldn't get out of the dirt,
Oh, I didn't think
and
about that.
one of them got impaled.
With the shovel.
Oh my
Jeez.
God.
You know, it was one of those like 3-prong things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like a little
Oh,
pitchfork.
you're pitchforking them out of there.
Yeah.
Wow.
One got impaled.
That'll happen.
Gosh.
Not
Yeah.
everyone wins.
Yeah. Survival of the
Hey,
fittest.
yep.
I get the planet Earth. What's the guy's name that directs it?
David Attenborough.
He was saying that I guess so they were hatching near the city, and the turtles get so confused with the light, and
They don't know
so
where to go.
they don't know where to go. They see this light and they get distracted by it, and then they just start crawling towards it, and that brings them obviously towards the city. And so evolution will teach them, I guess. But
There was
a lot
A
crawling
lot,
away.
yeah.
I'd say maybe 60% was leaving. Well, maybe that's pushing it. Maybe 40. Yeah, turtles are a great species.
They were good.
Oh no, I wanted to ask. I know we don't talk about a lot of sports, but the Cleveland Browns just went 0-16,
Yes, I did.
and we're supposed to be Detroit Lions fans because we live in Michigan. So yeah, right. Most people are. Are you mad that somebody else has the record now? Because my dad was actually sincerely mad that we share the record.
I would agree. I would prefer to be the Lions.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's better off that somebody else actually shat the bed that
I can
much.
see why somebody would be comforted that we're not the only team to ever do that.
Yeah.
I liked being
A record's a record.
no publicity is bad publicity.
Right. I don't know though. I think that might be bad publicity though. 0-16.
They're the only team to do it, though. There's not a lot of solo things in this day and age.
Yeah, there's not.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have rather stood alone down there. Wow.
Alrighty.
I don't know how they didn't get a win. That's so bad.
It is crazy.
Did you see they threw a parade and all the players were pissed?
It was a parade?
It was like I don't think the organization did, but the city threw a little mini parade and all the players were pissed.
I would be pissed too.
Like, this is embarrassing for us, and you guys are gonna throw a parade over it. Like,
holy crap! Every time I see somebody from Ohio here at school, I have to ask them if they're a Browns fan right off the bat.
dog pound.
That's hilarious. I guess you got your Google Home. That thing is actually really cool.
It is, yeah.
I'm impressed.
It's fun.
And it sounds actually nice. Because my Echo, mediocre sound quality.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Apparently Google, though, so you know how we've even seen in the internship where they ride those bikes around, those multicolored bikes? So they were saying they have around 1,100 of those scattered throughout the campus that apparently it's pretty easy just to grab and go. You don't have to do a lot of scanning, or it's just you grab them and go. Apparently the locals go, free bike ride. And they're losing around 100 to 250 of them weekly. I heard this stat and I went, excuse me?
These things are getting finessed.
These things are
What?
getting taken like butter.
Holy crap, man.
A week?
A week.
Dude,
Weekly.
that's
That is
excessive.
unbelievable.
There's a 68-year-old guy that was quoted in this, 68, so he just does whatever the hell he wants. And he said, yeah, I mean, the bikes are available. They don't really like us taking them for a ride, but I don't know, they don't seem like they mind. That was a legit quote. I just couldn't believe that's
They
a
spend
lot
so
of
much
bikes.
money on bikes.
Yeah.
Every year.
That's a serious
God.
problem.
Jeez, man.
Oh, and one of them turned up in Alaska, and these things are just traveling the globe. I guess
That's cool.
it's some publicity.
Yeah, I guess, but
Look, that would be awesome to have.
dude,
a
those are
Google
probably
bike.
really nice bikes.
I
though.
bet they are.
Yeah, for sure.
Very old school vintage.
Bikes are actually really expensive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
And
not
for a
something
good
you
one,
can
a
pick up.
week.
That's
200 a week.
100 to 250 a week, in that range. Which just blows me away.
That's criminal. How do you feel good about going home with a Google bike?
I would like one.
They're
I don't
pretty.
get
They're
that
pretty,
wrong.
they're pretty cool.
That'd
Like
be
they don't
cool.
screw. They don't screw anybody over.
No,
like,
no.
Google, they're a pretty moral, ethical company.
Did they have ethical problems recently? Didn't a guy come out in Google and said they're extremely sexist?
Oh, really?
Oh, I have no
Google.
idea.
I didn't hear
I haven't
that.
heard that either.
It was a while ago. It was maybe a month or two ago.
You heard it here first.
I got some other Google news.
Yeah.
Google Wallet and Android Pay are combining into one to create Google Pay.
Wow.
Wow.
Creative ass name.
Look at them.
Jeez.
But in case anybody was curious.
I don't know how I feel about the credit card information being on the cell phone like that.
Apple just rolled out. I had to do it for my mom. I'm paying my mom through Apple Pay now, and you can send text messages with your money, and it connects to your Chase app on your phone and everything. I mean, it seemed pretty secure, but still, it's just kind of crazy that I can grab my phone, I can type in this money, and hit send, and it goes right to my mom like that. Like if someone hacks my phone, or it's kind of scary.
It is, yeah.
Part of me doesn't want to do it that way, but
no.
I don't
I'm trying to
know.
refrain.
Cool.
Then at the same time, they could go on my Venmo app, and
Right.
I mean that. But it's just for some reason it scares me. You never know. I saw Apple apparently is going to be the first company to reach $1 trillion as a combined kind of what their company is worth.
Wow.
Right now they're at $869 billion. They were evaluated at.
Holy cow.
That is huge. That's huge.
That's
There
massive.
must be some crazy shit coming, dude.
I know.
Like they're just
That's
gonna-
all
they're
that
better
I-
be. Yeah, they're just gonna keep getting
Better
better.
be.
About, like those predictions, they're saying, yeah, okay. You're not topping this.
Where do you think they go from here?
Who knows?
Now they don't even have the button.
I like it without the button.
Maybe.
Do you? You're a no button guy. What does it feel like to be on the old phone? Is it pretty
It's
like
weird.
It's non-hip.
It's like how I would compare it is to taking your finger off of the analog stick to press A on a normal Xbox controller.
Oh my gosh, referring to the scuff.
Just sliding up, like it feels weird to take my hand off and like put it on a button,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks weird with the two black bars
Yeah, no, that's true.
on the top and bottom.
Technology.
What do you guys? What's your opinions on Oprah running for office in a few years, or for president in a few
Potentially
years?
2020.
2020.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
You got Oprah have your vote.
I mean, I'm not saying anything until I know what she's running on.
If Oprah runs again, let's say Trump wins that Republican side, runs against
Wow, that would.
Well, I mean,
Trump. Oprah and Trump.
Oprah would have to get through the primaries first.
I'm well aware. I'm just saying, if it came down to it, I'm not gonna put you on the spot like that.
I don't know. I don't know what Oprah's gonna do.
It would be pretty crazy
I don't know any of her policy.
because we're at the point
I'm
where
not just gonna vote for Oprah because it's Oprah.
you're not voting for
Why
someone's.
not?
You're not voting for the smartest person for the job, really. You're voting for someone with the best morals in a way. Because
Oprah.
no, if people vote for Oprah, in a way, they're thinking, I don't know. Oprah has a great moral compass, and she
does.
knows how to control money. Maybe she can lead our country. And I mean, it's a big shift from Obama. One of a smart lawyer, knows policies, knows this, but that's not what we vote for anymore, which is weird.
It's kind of like Trump won.
It's kind of why Trump won. I mean, they don't
Same
really want
premise.
a politician. They want more of someone that can kind of mirror what they would do almost. And Oprah kind of, I could see fitting that cookie cutter pretty well. It's really
I think
interesting.
she'd win.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
truly, you're in the office too, and if you don't know it, someone else there does. And so if you don't know the policy correctly, but the problem is when you go and speak with these leaders and you might not know what you should, or
Dedicated and
that-
different things like
yeah,
that.
will Oprah know all that kind of stuff? Who knows? But it's crazy. It's a huge
She's got
shift.
connections.
That would change like the presidency forever. If
Mhm.
two
Back to back.
just famous people, two celebrities came on
Yeah,
and were president, it would change the whole game.
that'd be so.
'Cause
That
then
should
it-
be crazy.
Then you would have people who are popular start running for president because
It proves to be effective.
right?
If that potentially would happen.
If it was those two in a final, it'd be interesting.
It
That
would
would.
be crazy to hear them debating.
Like,
I would watch. I would watch every
Because
single thing.
What can Trump say about Oprah?
I know. What's he gonna try and dig up? Like he's gonna.
We've talked about this before. What kind of dirt would they find on Oprah?
Yeah, for real.
Because there's damn near none.
What if Harpo's just been a fake
she's
the
got
entire
like
time?
she's got like the best image
Yeah,
you could possibly have.
it's hard to
As
disturb
far as
that.
we know.
Yeah, I mean, public image is pretty good.
It would be just unbelievable to see something like that, and to see just Oprah ads on TV.
Yeah, with,
You get a car. You get a car.
yeah, she definitely has the pockets to do it.
Yeah, that's true. What besides being famous on her show and everything? What was Oprah's claim to fame? Are you guys familiar with Oprah? I mean, I know she does a lot of speaking conferences and stuff,
Ton of
but
speaking. She
like, how did she come
I mean,
up?
she has her own TV network now.
It is her own TV network now.
Magazine.
You ever seen the
Is-
TV network OWN?
Not really.
It's a pretty popular channel. It's Oprah
okay.
Winfrey Network.
Oh, that makes sense. But
Holy shit,
what was
that's amazing.
is the
I know that's what it stood for. That's awesome.
But that was, did she come up as an interviewer in a way? Was that how she started?
I don't
or-
know how her career started.
Maybe I'll have to look into
Honestly,
that.
as long as we've been on this earth, she's just been Oprah.
That's what I'm saying.
And super famous and super rich.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't really
Never
know her
looked that
roots.
deep behind things.
Yeah, I don't know where she comes from or anything
I
like
have
that.
no idea.
What she did.
Yeah.
But hey, had to have been pretty great.
Had to be.
She's just great.
Yeah.
She hosted a hit TV chat show, People Are Talking.
Okay,
And
so as a
Our
host.
parents would probably remember that.
Yeah. So start as a host, and just like Joe Rogan started on Fear Factor, and look at him now.
Yeah, what is Joe Rogan's official title? Is he UFC? Do you think that's like he's a UFC anchor, right?
Well, and he's a comedian.
Podcaster.
You could arguably say comedian, podcaster, and UFC host.
What do you think makes him the most money? I guess is what I'm saying.
His podcast.
His podcast. Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
undoubtedly.
Oh, I thought maybe the UFC would.
He's
pay him pretty
arguably.
Oh, he
I
probably
think
gets a lot
he's
from the UFC.
the number one podcast. Period.
penny. I wonder how much he makes just off the podcast alone.
Well,
It's a
look at
lot.
When you
His-
think about merchandise like that, all the money gets off that.
Like what? What are you talking about?
Everybody loves Joe Rogan. Sorry, I'm just restarting this.
Everybody?
Basically, there's not a lot of people that don't like him.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
But man, have you seen his new office? He got this full float tank in there as well. Super nice float tank installed, and
In the office itself?
in his office he has a full archery thing. He has his own gym with mats and bags, and I said archery range. He has obviously his studio, all of his whole audio board, mic set up for young Jamie, and
Massive
it's-
TV.
Young Jamie, what's...
that's his
assistant.
producer.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then he does a fight companion where they sit around a circle table with this. He said it a long time ago, but it's like 110-inch screen that they'll watch the UFC on while they all
my God.
commentate about it and stuff and chat.
Jeez.
And it's pretty unfreaking believable.
That sounds like a pad.
Yeah, big freezer for all his hunting meat.
Is he married?
Yeah. And he's got 2 daughters.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
No,
Anything else?
I found a funny story. There was a United flight from Chicago to Hong Kong, and they had to divert and make an emergency landing in Anchorage, Alaska, because there was a man who smeared feces all over 2 bathrooms on board. And so there was 2 bathrooms that were not usable because he was smearing shit all over the walls. So they had to divert and land, and then he got arrested. But they I don't think anybody pressed charges, but he's like in some. They were evaluating his mental capacity.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
Did it just reek? Is that a big reason they had the emergency?
Well, nobody could use those bathrooms too.
Yeah,
it's a long.
That's a good point.
It's a long flight to Hong Kong.
It's actually a really good point.
It took over 2 hours to clean the plane.
Oh, they got on the same plane?
I don't know.
Did they have pictures of that?
Yeah, they got all these people hotel rooms.
Oh,
holy mackerel! That's
Dang,
unbelievable.
Dude.
I'm sure the hotel didn't cost that much though, because I think people are going to Alaska.
Was he? Did it say he was angered by anything?
They said he was extremely cooperative.
Man, he must have just lost a marble in that bathroom.
Dude, I wonder if he was saving up his poop for that flight.
I mean, who knows? Some people get crazy when they fly, get scared.
He could have just blacked out.
Went full just had like an episode.
Maybe, dude.
Some mental episode. Oh, man.
That's probably what it was.
Or,
that's scary.
I wonder if they'll find plans, blueprints for what he's going to do.
Jeez.
And he's eating a bunch of pasta. He's just getting all weird stuff in his overeating. Brent gets tall cups of coffee to make sure he's ready to go right then. Like, dang, man, that's tough.
Wow.
Reeks.
So another interesting thing. So this past year, 2017, was the most costly year ever for weather and climate disasters in U.S.
Really?
history.
A lot of hurricanes.
Guess how much was spent in 2017 for disaster relief?
$228 billion.
No.
I don't know. What is it?
That's a good guess. $306 billion in 1 year for disaster relief. The previous record was $215 billion in 2005.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking of
that was
2005.
Katrina in 05, I think, right?
It might have been.
Might have been Katrina. But still.
When did the Pistons win the national championship?
04.
Yeah, 04.
04? Not 05, okay.
But I saw that. That's a ton of money.
That's sad.
Well, I mean, look at Ali was saying about Puerto Rico. They're still really bad.
Oh, I'm sure.
Really interesting thing I saw. Apparently, we get a lot of our IV bags from Puerto Rico in the U.S. And there's a lot of places not running out of IV bags, but kind of getting there. And kind of they're starting to ration out IV bags. Just because one of the biggest producers for a lot of the medical companies in the United States was in Puerto Rico. And still doesn't have stable electricity.
That's insane.
Which is crazy. And, Ali was saying it was kind of a mess still. Certain places, it was, I think, blackout at certain places, and just...
It'll take years for all that to get back to normal.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get hit again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Puerto Rico.
The scary thing about the islands like that is you can kind of get hit with a pretty nasty storm anytime.
Yeah, at any moment.
Maybe not a hurricane, but they got some strong storms over there.
I wonder if Central was tallied into that number. Maybe we had a couple mil from our floods.
I'm sure.
This past summer.
Yeah.
No,
it was a pretty rainy
if we got aid,
year.
If we got aid, then I'm sure we
sure we did. From at least the government. I think helped out a lot.
Totally, yeah.
Huh.
What?
Yeah, weather's crazy. You were talking about Alaska. Brad's dad was telling this really cool story about people living in Alaska that I did not know. And so obviously if you're living there, you don't know, you live far as all get up from all these other people and things, and you'd have to go lengths, and I don't know, depending on how you work and if you're working on a farm. But I guess a big problem in Alaska is not a lot of people have they don't have their flying license that own planes. And so the way they're brought up is they're raised with this plane, and their father or mother or whoever teaches them how to use the plane, and then they just take it over eventually. And a big thing they do is they take the seaplane out and meet up with their friends on this big lake or something like that. And that's kind of how a lot of people in Alaska get around, is by seaplane.
He said there was more planes registered than there were pilots registered.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't he say there was more seaplanes registered than cars?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was something like that.
Serious?
They would throw parties up in the mountains, and everybody would take their seaplane up into this mountain, throw a party, and
hopefully fly home.
No way. Obviously,
Well, that's what he said.
That's what he was telling us.
That would be the craziest life to live.
That would be.
Holy cow.
It'd be fun, I'm sure. You didn't even think about that.
That's
Can
wicked.
you imagine a primary means of transportation? Just getting behind the
Did
wheel
you
of a
see for
plane.
2017 too? We had no commercial flights crash, but there's a ton of solo planes that crashed. But I saw it was a lot more than I thought. But all right, well, I guess if that kind of does it, I got my Latin dance coming up pretty soon here. So
First class of the semester.
first class of the semester.
Good to be back in the normal location.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Indeed, it is. We will see you next Monday.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Hey Josh, guess what I just found out?
Huh.
They just put Apollo 13 on Netflix.